everybody, and welcome back to Tipsy Tuesday, featuring Allison.
Me!
Cheers! Today on Tipsy Tuesday, we come to you with macro options because you don't just need a macro lens necessarily, and since Allison came up with the idea, Allison has to talk about it a little bit with me. Aren't you regretting your decisions a little bit?
Very much so.
So a traditional macro lens is going to be something that you can use to get a closer distance to your subject. Macro lenses in general are going to be specific for macro purposes, but you can use them in other instances. But macro lenses, a dedicated lens just for macro, they could be kind of expensive if that's not your primary purpose, right? If you're not doing a lot of macro, you might want some alternatives, which is where Allison comes in with our options for you.
Don't get me wrong, I do love a proper macro lens, and that is my preferred way of doing it. But like she said, for small cases, if you don't want to get a whole lens for it, these are the options. Option one, my preferred option is going to be, thank you, the extension tubes. They come in two sets. There's some contacts on the inside, but it's really just like it's nothing. They go in between your lens and your camera, and these can be stacked or separate depending on the strength you'd like to use, and it basically brings your focus distance from here to here or to here, depending on which combination you use. The ones that we sell are going to be autofocus capable, so you don't have to use manual focus. That was once back in the day, but now you can just use autofocus just like it was regular.
Extend them tubes.
Don't keep that in here.
Unhinged 2025, baby.
All right, sure. These are going to be a lot cheaper than a whole lens. It's typically under $100, depending on which camera brand you have. It might be $70 to $60, but that's still a lot better than $500. Option two is going to be this little magnifying glass that you put in front of your lens. Essentially, that's what it is. They come in multiple stops, depending on the kit that you get. This is a +4 for magnification, and it does degrade your image just a little bit because you're just putting a giant thick piece of glass on the outside, but your extension tubes will just use the same quality of your lens. This is not my preferred one, but hey, it's similar. Just a cheaper version of getting macro.
These are my least favorite option, and that could be born out of ignorance because truth be told, I've never done this. But this is called a reverse ring, where you screw this on the front of your lens, and then instead of mounting your lens normally, like with the lens mount, you mount it on the front. So it looks like your lens is kissing your camera. Yeah. So this is a camera, this is the front of the lens, and then this allows you to mount your lens on your camera. I have heard tale that a reverse ring can get you some cool macro pictures. Big shrug, I've never tried it. We like these much more. I want to make sure you're informed. We do have these. This is your cheapest option, is just to get one of these because it's $19. We'll still recommend you these other ways first. But if you're balling on a budget, you have options. Okay, great. Get out there and take pictures of small things.
Macro!
Macro!